And then whilst we wait, I can tell a little bit about what Pixelween is and how we got here, because yeah, this is not something we do every day, a pixel art live stream, or actually it's not a, I'm not going to make any pixel art here, I'm just going to talk about the results of the Pixelween competition of 2021. Pixelween is a competition that started in 2005, a long time ago, and we had a Pixelween edition in 2005, 6 and 7, organized on pixeljoint.com by Pixel Blink, and that's a lot of pixel in there, so maybe I should call it just Ween and Joint and Blink. I'm not sure if that makes any more sense. And then it stopped. For many years we had no activity, and then last year Sedgemonkey, Luke Sedgman, the owner and administrator of Pixeljoint, came to us, the moderators, said like, I've had so many donations, we should spend some cash on prizes, why don't you organize something? And of course picking up Pixelween was a fun option. So last year we had a 4-week competition with 4 weekly challenges where people had to make a storyboard. Many of you have of course seen this and taken part. This year we challenged people to make 4 posters for one movie franchise, and these posters were 4 weeks in a row, and every week we would have a theme to these, and people would not know ahead of time what the theme was. And also every week we would have a color palette to these, and people would not know what colors to expect in next week. So as people were making art, they would have to wait and see the upcoming rules and then have to improvise their way around it. You couldn't make like a plan ahead. And then 4 weeks of making a competition piece every week, that's of course a lot of effort and work. So yeah, if I were doing this live, I would say like can I have a round of applause for all these artists who competed in these, doing this for 4 weeks in a row, or even if you've only entered 1 or 2 or 3 pieces, that's also really great. But in this case, maybe put your praise in the, that's the chat. Put your praise in the chat to applaud all the amazing artists that have taken part. And it's been so many artists. I mean, let me have a look. In round 1, the beginning, we had 234 entries for the weekly challenge. In round 2, the attack off, every week it gets a bit less, but still it's so much. The attack off was 148 entries. In space, that's week 3, in space is 93 entries, and then the 4th week, the bride off was still 75 entries. Last year with Pixelween, the record, the first week was 66. So even in week 5, we've gone over what the record was. So that's pretty amazing. Let's have a look. How big is this chat delay for me? I see applause in the chat. Thank you, thank you. Also, can somebody type in the chat how many people are, can you see on YouTube? Or maybe I can actually see this on YouTube. How many people are watching this? 13. 13, I've never done a live stream, so this is my personal record of most people attending a live stream. 16, and there's 17. Jeez, it's going on so fast. Also, it's buffering on my side, so maybe I should close this so I'm not draining my own YouTube site. So from now on, I can't see any YouTube statistics anymore. I just have to hope that it's working and that we're live. But of course, you're not here to watch me because I've been talking a lot. Now that we are here with some people, how about we discuss some results? And for this, the jury gave me this amazing, it might look yellow as well, but it's actually gold, this golden envelope, just like as if we are in the Oscars, and this holds the results. Oh, exciting. Exciting, exciting. Let me switch to another view here and do this, and then I wish I had sound effects. I would want to have like some kind of drum and then some kind of cheering when we have, but we just have to do it like this. The 10th place, let's see. The 10th place winner of Pixelween 2021 is, and I'm going to pronounce these nicknames, which I have no clue how these nicknames are supposed to be pronounced, but it is Arkan85 with the Schoolhead series. Congratulations Arkan85 for winning the 10th place on Pixelween 2021. And I have a whole thing here because the judges had quite a bit of feedback or praise for you, which I'd like to read out. A really good presentation, especially with the groovy layouts for the latter 3 posters. It is a somewhat uninspired monster idea, but it feels like an entirely supposed to be creative. It feels like an inherently supposed to be creative thing. It feels like it probably shouldn't be that, and more a tongue-in-cheek horror with lots of character. I should have read this before I was reading this out first. Especially the last two posters are super polished. Congratulations Arkan, I hope you'll be happy with your prizes. Speaking of prizes, of course we have prizes. We have had sponsors, Sprite and Promotion and Pixaki are sponsoring software keys, and Arkan will be getting one of those. For the 5th through 1st places we'll also have an ebook from Masters of Pixel Art. Then the 3rd and 2nd places receive Steam or Low Spec Store credits, a gift card, and then the 1st place will win a physical Masters of Pixel Art book. So people who win something here, they'll also take away something home. Actually, let's real congrats. Yes, is Arkan in the chat? I don't see him pop up, otherwise I would have asked him to maybe say a word or two. But today is not only interactive in the chat. I thought to make this a little bit more of something, let's also break it up a little bit with some kind of poll. We have this setup here. You should go right now in your browser to etc.ch/ODC and then a capital U, or you can copy the URL from here, or you can take your smartphone and scan the QR code, and there will be a poll set up for you. So please, right now, you should all go there, and we are going to have a poll about what the best palette was from the series. That should be an easy question, right? So I should show the palettes here. We had 4 different palettes. They were all based on the same 32 colors in the right bottom. It's called the Chelsea 32 palette. But then we had a 16 color version and an 8 color version and a 4 color version. Which palette was the best of this Pixelween? And let me go here so you can actually also vote on it. Right now, if you are on the website, you should be seeing the voting page, and then vote on which palette you thought was the best, was your favorite. Which one might you actually use again in the future? We have 1 vote for 2 votes for the 4 color. The 4 color was surprisingly popular. I think this also was what made it happen that we had suddenly 234 entries for 1 weekly challenge. By the way, these large challenges, it was so much fun, but it's also a mess to organize. I was on Twitter every day for the first week to help people with scaling their art, because loads of people joined who were not used to Pixel Joint yet. And also it broke Pixel Joint. Like, we were offline for 2 days, I believe. We had issues with the challenges, and suddenly loads of people had duplicate trophies or no trophies at all. We managed to fix all that thanks to the help of Sedge Monkey, who jumped in and made some last minute bug fixes. We got it working, and in the end everybody has their trophies, I believe. It's still head to head for palette 1 and palette 2. That's funny that somebody spent a lot of time on making these perfect 32 color combinations, and we just go and break it all apart, take the first 4 colors that comes to mind. The 4 color selection was made by Gessiman, by the way, the moderator. And yeah, so 7 votes for that. Thank you for voting on that. That gives us some insight. But some people did love the 16 color, but no love for the 30 color. Don't we get a single vote for the 30 color palette? I don't think so. Let's close this down again and back on to the results. Oh, let me open OBS. Oh, of course I need to hide this palette, otherwise you don't see this. Did you get a chance to actually see the results? I should do like this. There you go. This was the result of the poll. Back to this page. I have all these pages set up. It's such a... I wish I had like a TV studio and technicians for me, but I've got to do it all on my own over here. Well, not really. I mean, Pixelween was of course organized with the help of many moderators who were there to help me, and the judges who give me these amazing papers, because we are going to announce some more winners. The 9th place winner has become, or is, Garon or Garon, or however you pronounce nicknames on the internet. I am absolutely clueless, but the judges have written something for you. An excellent arrangement of colors in the first poster, great arrangement in the second and third, some respectful clusters and color choices in fourth, particularly on the lady's back muscles and the posterior or legs. A different color range in each poster, but each range complements one another as a group along with the different layouts. Strong composition work overall. Congratulations, Galron. I hope you are happy with your position. Is Galron online? I mean, he did seem very excited to join the show, but I don't see him in the chat right now. Or maybe he's just being slow, that's also possible. But if you are there, please do say something. Everybody wants to hear from you. And I will go on to read out the next contender. The next contender. I should really have a jingle for next time. Yeah, okay, Galron is there. He's been seeing this. Is perfect. The 8th place winner is Deathroot, or I guess Deathroot. I don't know where Deathroot is from or how you pronounce this, but in Dutch I would say Deathroot. Also possible. With the series Here, There, Everywhere and Nowhere, man. Tom, tom, tom. The judges are saying, really good presentation, adding onto the palette of the first poster and creating lots of almost eye-popping, contrasting clusters in the background and rim lighting of characters. Colors that smoothly integrate at lower zoom level, and the logo anti-aliasing worked well. There is a clear visual progression seen through each title. The names and wordplays work really well here. They may even sound a bit funny for a horror theme. Well, congratulations Deathroot, I hope you are very happy with your position. Yes, Vitrocini says he loved this one and I love it too. Butchering every username, Tex, I'm gonna call you Tux now for like something that I was also thinking I should announce myself, but then if I say like, hey, my name is, do I say I'm Happiel? I've never said that word out loud before. I think my name is Daniel, like in my physical form, I'm Daniel. Back online, I'll be back to being my nickname version of myself, but hi. Let's go to the next, the 7th place winner. And the 7th place winner is... It might be you, it might be me, it might be... It's Mirre! Congratulations Mirre! And Mirre, I believe, is in the chat, so please do shout out Mirre and say something. But in the meanwhile, I will read what the judges have to say for you. We love the character and logo design, and the presentation as film posters was very well done. The first thing that catches the eye right away was the movie title font style, so sleek and fitting for the theme that depicts a fierce and mysterious creature lurking in the dark waters. In terms of the technical execution, it's simply stellar pixel art all around. The use of colors to give an impression of the creature waiting on some truly muddied waters on such a limited palette is just great. The reflection of the astronaut's helmet executed flawlessly, and the design of our bloodthirsty aquatic creature is just enigmatic and exotic. Just really, really cool. Congratulations Mirre, you did so well. Thank you for joining. And then I have one more on my list right now. Yes, Mirre must be getting a few mentions. The 6th place winner is Arcade Hero with the birthday series. Arcade Hero, the judges say, really good presentations with clusters that read well at different zoom levels. The art appeals through confident use of good and limited color use. A somewhat uninspired monster idea, but it doesn't kneecap the layout or undermine the danger presented. Killer Clown simply has a lot of inherent movie appeal. Well, thank you whoever wrote that. I identify as a clown sometimes, but yeah, killer clowns do make the world, what is it? Killer clowns do appear in horror movies, it seems to be a theme. And so is it here especially. The super flat and bold style here works super well for the movie posters and easy to read. While it could be mistaken as cartoony, clowns are creepy and the happy font combined with the eerie imagery creates a great feeling for a franchise. Congratulations Arcade Hero, I hope you are very happy with your 6th place, you should be. And of course all the people I just named, you will be receiving a license key for software. And the way this works is that I have 3 keys or 4 keys, I'm not sure. I have some keys for each software. And the first place people will get to choose the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th. I pronounced it correctly, Mirre. That's great, Mirre. Thank you, Mirre. Every time I get tagged, it flashes up on my screen, so it's easier to read. What was I saying? The software keys, but by the time that the 5th person has chosen, I'll send you a message, Arcade Hero, and you'll be able to choose whether you want a sprite or Pixaki or ProMotion, and the same goes for the people below you. But now, it's time for another of those poly polls. Let's go to my poll page and see what's next. It is, oh here the list, it is supposed to be, which theme was the favorite? So, while the first color palette was the most interesting. I don't think that it was the most interesting theme. You should still have the page open, otherwise I'm sure somebody in the chat will send the link again. Please do, so that people can find it. The Attack of the was the best theme. Yeah, I mean that was a... we picked kind of obvious themes in the end. Like, let me drag this a little bit over here so that people can see it in here. Bam! Now it's overlapping with the chat, but I'll fix that again in a bit. So these were very... I don't watch any horror movies, so I had super different ideas, but then luckily we had a few moderators who do watch horror movies, and they knew that the Attack of the something and something in space and the Bride of something would make great themes, and I'm very glad for the themes that we had, because yeah, they inspired some really, really cool works. So, but In Space is going to be the favorites. In Space with 9 votes, 10 votes, 11 votes. I think we have a clear winner. I'm going to drag this back a little bit so it doesn't overlap with the chat anymore. Boom. And then let's go back to... I never used my main setup. Like I made this whole setup with all these scenes in OBS, but I never used my favorite one, which is the one that shows me, because I guess it's not about me. It is about the next place, which is the 5th place winner. Bom, bom, bom. It's getting more exciting. 32 people watching, Irina. Jeez, that's so many. I've never done a live stream for 32 people. Thank you for being here on my first ever live stream. That's so exciting. But what's even more exciting is the 5th place winner, which is in this golden envelope. And I'm pulling this out. Oh, I'm pulling more than one out. I should not do that, because then you get a real Oscar situation where people mess up the winners and then they later have to say, like, no, sorry, it's the other person. That is not supposed to be the thing here. Ooh, wow. I just got a peek. The 5th place winner is, and I have no clue how I should pronounce this, but let's say B236. Congratulations, B236, or B236. You got 5th place in Pixelween with the series Awakening, and Awakening 2, and Awakening 3, and Awakening 4 in space. The judges have written something for me to say. B236 did a great job with the poster design. The composition and layouts are very pleasant, and we like the consistent titles. Really good presentation with clusters that read well at different zoom levels, appealing art with good color choices for the letter 3 layouts, and great arrangement of colors in the first poster, because then of course you didn't have so much choice, but you arranged them well. With an ambiguous, my English is being challenged here, with an ambiguous or nebulous villain that relies on the viewer's imagination to create fear, it straddles the line between simplistic and ambitious, with a great middle ground of clusters of complexity and comparatively eye-relaxing spaces. Next year I'm going to try and find judges who are not English native speakers, so they don't give me these super complex texts, but we're only halfway there. The Awakening series starts with a minimal, high-contrast entry that defines the visual style the later entries follow flawlessly. And with access to additional colors later on, there's various subtle detail incorporated into the composition. The hint of a complex industrial background, a dazzling textured gradient, and custom dither patterns all provide unique texture and add variety to the otherwise unified visual identity of the posters, while the light on the subject adds to their unity. We also like the little details like the drip from the letters getting longer with each movie. All posters show a great skill of rendering and color usage. Congratulations B236, thank you so much for taking part, and also thank you specifically for making sure to comment on so many of the Pixelween entries. Like I think at least half of all the Pixelween entries that I've seen, at least on Pixeljoint, had a comment from B236, which is great, because that keeps the community alive. We move on to our 4th place winner, who is last year's winner, Rio, who could not defend the 1st place, but entered 4th, which is also a wonderful position to be with the amazing Fungi series. Fungi, sorry. Rio's pixeling is just amazing. He crammed in an absurd amount of detail, and the posters suggest a very grotesque franchise. His entry is one of the most technically impressive entries. Each poster feels distinctively dense, taking the theme of fungi, it's fungi, right? Not fungi. I'm making a mistake. To the literal pixel level with chaotic yet somehow deliberate use of pixels and clusters. Each poster definitely pulls off the creepy, tense and disturbing vibe so well. Overall, it couldn't fit the thematic for a horror franchise better. We love the topic and how grainy and horror-like the posters feel, as the high detail areas are contrasted by deep shadows. Works really well to give the subject a visual combination, and the typography also pops nicely. It is such an unnerving and threatening set of posters. Really cool work. Congratulations Rio on your 4th place, and thank you so much for joining again this year. For those who haven't seen it, do check out Rio's last year entry, which he won 1st place with in the storyboard competition. But this year the Fungi series is at least as amazing, so thank you for that. Then we have a last poll for today. Let's switch to that. Polling page, and maybe put the polling link somewhere again, because I cannot. And let's go to the next poll. What is your favorite real life horror movie franchise? So I should maybe hide myself, so, or like I can move over here. Bloop. And then you can vote on these. So if I were to vote, I would vote for no horror movies for me, please. Maybe that's strange to say as one of the organizers for Pixelween, but I love seeing your posters. Almost as much as I hate watching things that are scary. I like to relax when I watch a movie and enjoy myself. But for those who do enjoy horror movies, and I know there's quite a few of you out there, out of the few that I compiled here, what's your favorite series? Halloween, Alien, Scream? Or at least it's good to know that I'm not the only one who's not so much into horror movies. Let's see how this goes. Alien, is Alien such... Should I watch Alien? Is it worth watching? Or, I mean... Also, it's a franchise, so I guess if I watch one, then I have to like watch a whole series. That does seem like a lot, but Alien gets all the love. I must say, literally, to make this list, I just googled most popular horror franchises, and I picked the first 2 results, and I picked some of the lists that sounded like familiar to me, but some didn't sound familiar to me, like Halloween and Friday the 13th. I'd never heard of these even, so I had no clue if they were any good or well known, but Halloween does seem to get some love, so I think I made a okay pick there. And I think the only one that I've seen myself, I've seen a Saw movie. Please watch Alien. Okay, Scamo, I'll take that in account. I'll watch Alien maybe someday. At least if somebody once says like, Daniel, we should watch a horror movie together, I'll be like, Alien is on my list. Cool, thank you for the advice. And then back to the slides, because we are nearly there, but not quite there. I call it this background brown, which is supposed to represent bronze, but it's all from the palette, the Chelsea palette, in case you had not noticed already. But the bronze place, the 3rd place, goes to the person who is in this little paper out of the golden envelope. Let's have a look. Ah yeah, I've seen this one, and so have you. Let's go to Mayuki. Mayuki, thank you so much for joining our community so recently. I mean, you were a member, I think, in 2006, way before I even was, and then after a long time of not seeing you here, suddenly you come in with this amazing Squeaker series, which is really great. And not only I find it great, but also the judges do. They say, Wayuki's franchise is consistent and one we could totally see as being a real movie. We're not sure if the world is ready for the relationship in poster number 4 though. Yeah, I can see that. But it makes for something exciting. All 4 of these posters are great stylish and cinematic compositions, and you made sure the titular creature is front and center in clear, attention-grabbing ways. The lighting is consistently awesome and excellent color choices throughout. The 2nd poster is very strong in terms of composition and value use. All of them are carefully considered in terms of how values were used and where attention is drawn. The Squeaker quadrilogy maintains a high level of well-defined and highly detailed forms as the lighting shifts around throughout the series, along with some extremely dramatic usage of single pixels. Tasteful and careful dithering adds more depth and texture to the posters. Wayuki, congratulations on your 3rd prize, and you will not only receive a key for some software, and also you will receive an ebook, but also you get some store credits either for Steam or for low spec. And yeah, I hope you make good use of it. Well done. And also I believe Wayuki is sleeping right now because she is somewhere in Asia where it is way past midnight, but I hope she watches the live stream and is able to appreciate what the judges said. Then let's go on. We have only 2 more places to go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum. It gets more exciting every time. Who doesn't want to know who is the second place or the silver winner of Pixelween 2021? I sure do, or I already know because it's in front of me. The second place winner is Ink! And Ink made 2 entries, and some judges had trouble on deciding whether they wanted to nominate off Samhain or both. But ultimately only Samhain, so that's this series you see right now, made it into the top 10, and what an amazing position, second place, well done Ink. The judges, they are saying, wow, that's really what they wrote, wow. The styles being so different over every poster somehow works really, really well. It gives the feeling of a franchise that has been successful over many different eras of horror movies. Brilliant use of lighting over each of them and some amazing palette choices in the second and third poster. Extra credit for making the small text still be clear and legible despite its size and other details in those posters. A respectable use of anti-aliasing and dither in poster number 3 for the outline character and its background, and a good cluster arrangement in the other posters. They are a neatly rendered selection of movie posters where the beauty of variation trumps the comfort of consistency. In particular, Space and Bright are truly excellent poster designs. Congratulations Ink, you did such a great job on finishing not 1 but 2 Pixelween entries. That's 2 posters every week, and not just posters of the highest possible quality that earned you a second place. I hope you were happy with it. Is Ink online? Yes, Ink is online. I'm glad you saw this. Congratulations. So well, that leaves us to the first place winner. But before we get there, I need to take a sip of water. That's for one, for sure. And then there's a bunch of things I want to say, including a list of judges that I want to thank for participating in judging Pixelween. So, these judges, the jury, consisted of Dario from Pixel Dailies, who is actually known on Pixel Joint as Neo Busriker. I think I saw him in the chat already. Klaas, or Prowler from Masters of Pixel Art, who donated the ebooks and were buying the amazing Masters of Pixel Art book from him. And then we have from the Pixel Joint members, we have Dawnbringer, Fool, Siangmu, MRMO Tarius, however you pronounce this, Skeddles, Irina Art, Steven M, Sovan Jedi, and Veerbit. So thank you all for judging. Normally we have a larger team of moderators voting, like I think it was only Irina, but that is because quite a few of us joined, and I'm so involved in Pixel Joint I don't want to vote, but yeah, 11 experts who have all seen and commented on your work, so thank you to them. And also, before we announce the first place winner, I want to shout out some honorable mentions. So these are works that have been mentioned by the judges. They have received some votes from the judges, but they did not make it into the top 10. They are in alphabetical order, but the first one starts with a special character, so that is Thug, you received some votes. Aber Mechanic, Binderbeer, Cells, Dream Spectre, Empol, Lick, Magic Bird, Pavans, Pixel Person, Sedais Bisonte, SJD, which is Steve, I guess, Umbor, Verion J, Wymore, and Weirdmeester. You have all received some votes from the judges, but not enough to enter the top 10. But congratulations to you anyways. And not all hope is lost, because last year there were a few people who passed on their prizes to the people below them. For example, the software keys, some people already have all the software they need, and then it's being passed on to the 11th and the 12th and the 13th place if needed. And then I'll also announce who those places are if that were to happen. So some of these people might still be lucky and win an award. Then, the moment we have all been waiting for. Let me go back to the real slide. Oh, actually, let's have a guess. Who wants to have a guess at who the first place winner might be? Please type it in the chat right now. I'm very curious what you think. I sure have a feeling who it might be, because I've been enjoying the series very much myself. The winner, the one and only winner of Pixelween 2021. Out of, I don't know how many people finished the whole series, but at least, I think it was 120 who have made at least 2 entries. You can view all the entries in the forum link that's in the description. So it's at least 120 full entries, more than 200 people who joined at some point at all, maybe even 300, I haven't counted completely. Out of all of these people, all of these super talented pixel artists from all over the world, your entry was the one that made it to first place. Congratulations to Jeremy! Jeremy with the series Flora. Jeremy, congratulations, you are the winner of Pixeljoint Pixelween 2021. And it's not just oh, I feel like I'm missing some text here. I should look it up on my computer because there's only a very short text here, but I'm sure there is more. Jeremy, beautifully rendered with elegant consistency. Excellent presentation with clusters that read well at 1x zoom and intriguing color use in the latter 3 posters. The pinks and blues on the decaying brown school, brown shared with flower leaves, etc. Killer nature has a strong appeal through contrast of elements and highlighting man's hubris in their abuse of the environment. Congratulations, Jeremy. And I know what happened. At some point my Word crashed and then I reconstructed the file and then some text is missing here. So let me go to the original document where the jury entered the text, and I have some unedited text from that sadly, but I can still read it out. Result text, let me go here. So nice to have a laptop whilst you are doing a presentation. Then you can just look stuff up on the internet whilst you get a thing. So some more stuff that people have said. Beautifully rendered with that we already had. Jeremy also has interesting concept, some of the best pixel art, just very nice compositions, alluring and masterful use of all of the palettes for each challenge. The stark contrast of the dazzling deadly flora and the... Oh, I also said this, right? I mix it up all the time. Very clean and intentional pixel/cluster placement is also a delight to explore in each poster. I find the concept of being killed by flora or nature beautiful, terrifying and meta, and it makes me wonder if this is a tale of nature having its revenge against humanity. The topic is unusual and the series feel very Art Nouveau. Having flowers in a horror movie is a concept which is rather unusual. This series of well-composed posters starts strong, weaving 4 colors perfectly in the floral theme. The later entries continue telling a coherent story and hint at an unsettling fusion of flowery beauty and horror. Fascinatingly, the overall color theme is maintained throughout the series, and the fact that Jeremy had access to more colors later on is almost imperceptible, which is a clear indicator of proper palette mastery. The final entry pleasantly melts the highly detailed foreground and watercolor-like textured, pastel-toned backdrop. Congratulations, Jeremy. I hope you are happy. You will be receiving the Masters of Pixel Art book. Where is my OBS? There we are. You will be receiving the Masters of Pixel Art book. We will send it to you if you send us your address. We'll be in touch with all winners to make sure that your prizes come. It might not come very fast because I also need a break after this, so I'll be trying to deal with the first few messages that come up, and then maybe I'll be offline for a bit more for the next 2 weeks because it's been very busy times. But we'll get to all of you. We'll get all of your rewards. And thank you so much, all of you, for watching this. I hope you liked this live stream. How was it to have a live stream to present these results? Is this something to be repeated in the future? Would you want to have more pixel art events and live streams? Would you want to organize some yourself? Please not only type it right now, but also send me a message after, or type it in the comments on Pixeljoint somewhere where I can read it later. And of course I'll be going through all of the chat as I always do. For now, before you log off and put your laptop away, I'm gonna close the stream, but we are continuing with the after party. In like 5 minutes I will be there in the voice chat and Discord. For this you need to be a Pixeljoint member to be able to join. You need to join the Discord and introduce yourself in the introduction chat. But if you do, you can join the voice chat, and there we can just talk together about these results and about how we liked it and anything that goes on. And of course have a Halloween-like party. I hope you've been enjoying this presentation of the results. Soon-ish there will also be a post about this on the Pixeljoint front page. And of course we will be looking forward to the results from the last Pixeljoint weekly challenge, which is the crossover, the bonus challenge, and I think there's quite a few interesting entries in there as well. So nothing is over yet. Please go join on the Discord, the Pixeljoint Discord, the voice chat, and I'll be there in a few minutes. And thank you for watching.